With the third iteration of integrated strategies, Mizuki and Seirula Arbor, we're getting a new point ladder which has new furniture, tons of materials, a skin for Mizuki himself, and a brand new unit, Highmore, who we'll be talking about today. I'll be covering her at the usual max trust stats, as well as max potential since she's a welfare. Within IS3, you'll get her at level 25 of the milestone system, and her tokens at levels 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. Depending on how much you play, it could take a while, but you'll get there eventually.
つまり、あなたが例のドクターですね。特に自己紹介は不要かと。私がここにいられるのは、あなたがもう資料に目を通して、それを承認したということでしょうから。
Highmore is a 5-star Reaper guard, characterized by their inability to be healed by other allies, instead healing themselves by 50 HP with every enemy hit up to their block count, as well as their AoE attack style by attacking all enemies within range. Reapers are, for the most part, very self-sufficient. They don't need to be placed within the range of medics because, well, they can't be healed, but there are things such as elemental damage that they end up being more susceptible to since medics who also heal that can't do their job. She counters this with her first talent, each hit also recovering elemental damage. Just like her self-heal, it's up to her block count. So at E1, this would recover 23 to 46 elemental damage, while at E2, it'd recover 35 to 70. Her second talent is exclusive to her utility within IS3 itself, giving her 1 extra block and 10 to 25 attack speed depending on her promotion level, helping both with her DPS and self-heals. With her talents out of the way, let's move on to the skills. With her first skill, every 4th attack will deal 2 hits, each hit dealing 135% damage. At E1 max, the damage increase brings it up to 822, with the total double hit being 1,644. At E2 max, these respective numbers are 958.5 and 1,917. Highmore is a DPS unit, and this skill gives her a consistent damage boost, which in turn gives her a consistent DPS raise. M3ing it makes it proc every 3rd attack instead, as well as making the damage dealt of each hit be 165%. This buff raises her attack to an equivalent of 1,171.5, the double hit dealing a total of 2,343. Skill 2 focuses on the other area of her utility, self-sufficiency. Her attack is raised by 50% and she gains 50% physical evasion. When enemies are defeated within her attack range, she recovers 7% of her max HP. This is a good add-on to her trait since she'd usually only recover HP on hitting an enemy up to her block count, so 3 or 2 depending on if you're playing IS3 or not. But with this, there's no limit. As long as they're defeated within her range, that extra HP is being recovered. At E1 max, the 7% allows her to recover 152 HP, and the 50% attack increase brings that up to 913.5, this buff lasting 20 seconds. While at E2 max, the HP recovered is 177, and the attack increase leads it to be 1,065. Her DPS outside of IS3 with this skill at those respective levels would be 703 and 819, while within IS3 they would be 761 and 1024. M3ing it raises the attack boost to plus 60% and physical evasion to 60% as well. Now, when enemies are defeated within her range, she'll recover 10% of her max HP instead, that being 253. The new attack buff brings it up to 1,136. Her new DPSs ranging from 874 outside IS3 and 1,092 in it. When it comes strictly to damage, Highmore is somewhat underwhelming compared to La Pluma, but the two somehow managed to fill fairly different niches within their subclass. La Pluma focusing purely on DPS, while Highmore is honestly the closest we've gotten to a 100% solo laner, with her entire kit being focused around healing herself, her talent that heals elemental damage being a huge plus in this regard. And for a unit that you don't even have to weigh the odds on whether you'll roll for them or not, that ain't too shabby. This was a quick one, but that's gonna be expected since I only talked about one operator with 2 fairly simple skills to explain. As I'm making this video, I'm not even sure if IS3 is coming out soon. I'll wait until some sort of announcement before uploading, but it did come out about a week after the Near Light rerun started on CN, so hopefully it should be about the same for Global. Doesn't seem like that though, but maybe it'll happen after or during some different point of the rerun. It's impossible to tell. Whenever this goes up, I hope you all have fun with the new integrated strategies either way. If you have the conditions to and would like to support me and help me pay my bills, I decided to create a Buy Me a Coffee since, quite frankly, I suck at posting consistently on social media, and at the end of the day, that's what Patreon is. Well, with this, it's a one-time donation, from which you will get a little thank you doodle if you tell me which character you'd like one of. And for now, that's all I have to say. If you're new here, feel free to stick around. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you another day.